Hello, my name is Shelly and welcome back for another episode of Ep39 as Finland. In previous episode we managed to add another nation into a power block. So it's us and then a colony and then a nation in Africa. Mauritania, so it's not exactly the most dreadful or the most feared power block, but at least it is slowly increasing and the cohesion is actually pretty decent. It's still in the top bracket. Unfortunately, we won't get another mandate unless we can get something really big into the faction, and that's unlikely to happen. But nonetheless, at least we have a few. And we are still actually, unfortunately, not quite to the level of Supreme Alliance. Although once the army is increased in size, which it will be soon enough, then I think we might be onto something. Although I suppose if we are having a bit of lack of workforce now. Well, not like a huge lack of workforce yet, but let's get the assembly lines for the... Yeah, we'll get the assembly lines for the furniture manufacturers over here in the capital. That's going to free up a bit of workforce, which are then going to be hired by some of the other factories, most likely. Although a lot of them aren't necessarily that profitable right now, is the problem. Yeah, there's now 6,000 people unemployed. But there's probably some other factories soon enough hiring anyway. Yeah, there's a bit of Siberian still moving in. The GDP is still 160 million, roughly speaking. We've got 12 million loyalists, so that's more than 50% of the population are loyalists. That is actually pretty darn good. I mean, admittedly, the situation in our nation is pretty darn good overall. Very low taxation, we're still making a whole lot of money. Gold reserve at 27 million. I suppose that's partly because we just completed a whole lot of construction work, and will still be completing a lot of construction work. The army is now starting to increase in size. Get us to 50 battalions, I believe, total. Which isn't, like, insane amount, but it's still going to be decent enough. Well, then there's the automotive industries that we started building. We do also still have the construction sectors afterwards. I'm going to go and queue up another 2 of those. Just to increase the construction speed total. I think we'll be going over 1,000 construction speed total. Because it's just, we've got a whole lot of investment pool again, 32 million. And it's increasing nearly 100,000 a week. So, yeah, I mean, it's probably fluctuating a decent bit, the numbers. Yeah, now it's 100,000. But it goes up and down. Do still need a lot of steel, as well as a lot of iron. Iron is luckily something that is plenty available in the world market. And we can always build some more in other nations if there's still demand for more. Like in Sweden, for example. Oh, yeah. Northern Sweden, we can build some more iron mines there. And we'll go ahead and do just that. Part of the German market, so we'll need to buy it from there, or like, it's probably automatically imported, admittedly. Oh, we've got almost 160 trade centers already in our capital. Now we might need more than that. There's a lot of French. Oh yeah, there's a whole lot of different nationalities that own the trade centers in here. The government owns none of it, of course, because we got the laissez-faire, so we can't do that. I will admit though, with the loyalists and radical numbers in here, like, with the 2.5, you'd kind of assume it's millions, but no, it's just 2,500 compared to the 12 million. Also, how's the Niger Delta looking like? Well, they could use a bit more population here, that's for sure. Although the power plant is, well, it's worth a lot at least. I guess we could subsidize that. And then let's have a look at the logging camps. Is that, yeah, let's go the rail log cards already. The next time, no, actually, we can't get that one in there. There's not too much we can do in there to reduce the numbers. I mean, maybe if we go for public motor carriages, it will require some electricity. Actually, no, the electricity is going to stay the same. It requires a bit more automobiles, but that will reduce the amount of labourers needed in here, so that the output of services is going to be slightly better, which might then improve the standard of living in there. We've still got about 1,000 brokers, which does increase our construction efficiency slightly, which is not bad at all. Now, what else do we need? More steel, more automobiles. We're building a lot of automobiles though, but I suppose, actually, we're number 2 producer. How far are we from... Oh, Britain's got a whole lot. Okay, we'll need to increase the numbers. Also go and get a bit more automotive industries in Kuopio to produce more airplanes and tanks, because that might also be somewhat profitable. Oh, this one's producing tanks in here. Do we actually... We could go with no tank production in Ultra-Bosnia, just to produce more cars, quite frankly. Could also get the assembly lines in here if we really need to. It would increase the productivity. I guess, yeah, we'll do that. Oh, election season finally. Okay, so the Finnish party is probably going to be the biggest one, but the Labour Party is also going to get a whole lot of votes, 42%. So they might still be able to hold on to the power. Although we don't actually need them in there right now. Because we're not really trying to pass any law, so we'll just see who wins. Because other than, well, I suppose the welfare stuff is something that we might want to get, but I don't want to anger the industrialists right now. They are quite powerful. And we want to make sure that we get the production research speed and all that kept up, so yeah, we'll just have to hold on to that. Hey, British Congo's attitude has improved. They're no longer... Ah, they're loyal, okay. Right for the franchise. So liberal movement pop attraction, radical movement pop attraction, and modernization movement pop attraction would go up for 5 years. Momentum for Finnish Labour Party, and more popularity for one of the agitators. Or only the Finnish Labour Party can truly serve the people. I'm going to increase the pop attraction for those movements. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of stuff that we can do for those movements anymore, but nonetheless, we'll take it. I'm going to go ahead and get some more... Well, I suppose the railways are soon underway, right? Yeah, after the construction sectors. We'll get the railways in Oulu completed. That's hopefully going to help a little bit. Also, is there... there's probably quite a bit of jobs available. Yeah, there is a lot of jobs available in here. I suppose, especially with the iron mines, they're hiring so much. That's probably part of the reason why we need a lot more... I'm going to go for, like, another 4 in here. Get to 7 or 10. But we don't necessarily need to subsidize these either right now. Get to 10 railways in Oulu, because there's a lot of them needed for the mines. Ooh. We're going to crack down on Finnish party activities to reduce their momentum. So who's got the most now? It's a lot closer. Neither of the parties has over 50% at least. Will build power plants in Scandinavia. And Mauritania, is that getting a whole lot of constructions from us, perhaps? A lot of iron mines being built. I don't know if that is our side building that, though. Oh yeah, we are. Building so many of them in there. I suppose, you know, they're probably getting a bit better standard of living in here now. It's 11.1, so I think that has improved since they joined in. Now the population is on the rise. So that's at least good. There's a bit of turmoil in there still. Trade capacity is not huge. I guess that's fine. I might also go ahead and just mass build some more financial, or the trade centers. Get another 10 in our capital. Those will be privatized, of course, but it's still something that we might want to just increase a bit further to make sure that we can do more and more and more of trade. Because especially things like iron, we need drastic amounts at this point. We're number 9 in producer of the world, but I think we might be one of the top consumers in the world as well. Actually, we're not that high on the imports yet. Because we produce 14,000, and we need 16. We're not exporting any, so it's just all consumption. So perhaps, well, I suppose, technically speaking, if we build the iron mines in Mauritania, that's going to help a little bit already. And maybe there's some other things that we can do as well to help with that. But there we go. The construction sectors are mostly done. We might need to increase that even further, though. You know what? I'm going to go and get another few construction sectors over here in Oulu as well. The idea is kind of, we just want to increase the construction throughput total and also open up a lot of jobs over here in Oulu so we can get more people moving in there, because right now it's, we're 600,000 actually. It's not too bad in terms of population. It looks like the population in Kola Peninsula is over 200,000 as well. International telephone exchange. It's been suggested that establishing a cross-border telephone exchange with Scandinavia would improve relations more easily. Sure. I don't mind improving relations with Scandinavia. I doubt I'll be able to get them into my faction, mind you, but yeah, we don't have the leverage. Or even nearly. Could I maybe try the treaty, though? Embassy? Unlikely. Unless we do a lot of trade with them as well. But I don't know if we can, necessarily. I mean, let's have a look. What would they be willing to... Oh, because they're not the market controller. We can't do the transfer... goods. There's got the money transfer, but that's probably not going to happen. But at least the base value there, although the starting point is +10, so it's not too bad necessarily. Oh, the Swiss are in the Italian. Well, they are, well, the part of the Italian market, they're unaligned though. But yeah, Italy is the overlord in there. We got both Lucca and Switzerland. Ah, okay. I'm guessing Lucca will probably get annexed sooner or later. Switzerland, well, they might still also be annexed, but I don't know. Yeah, there's some iron mines being built in Norland. At least the world supply of iron is going to be slightly better. There's a whole lot of automotive industries. Oh man, that's a lot of them. Oh, Maghreb mass exploration to Kuopio. Let's also go and get the construction sectors underway. Get those built. I mean, even if we're building all of those at once, we're still building at least some of the railways. Good old days. Nah. We'll reduce the momentum for the Finnish party even further. So maybe... Oh yeah, the Labour Party is going to be the leading party now, potentially at least. Okay, so I'm guessing the Siberians and Ingria are getting assimilated very quickly, because we've seen that same notification for first Siberian pops moving to Ingria like at least 6 times now during the mass immigration wave into West Karelia, so I think there might be something off in there. Right, so was Greece? They're part of the... Yeah, we've got some things in there, but I'm pretty sure that they're part of the Russian Empire. I don't suppose our power block is getting stuff very quickly. It's still 25 years for another mandate. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Not right now. And inviting countries, we still don't have anyone that is even on the positive. There's some nations that would be willing to join if we got to close enough leverage, but most of them would just don't have any leverage in yet. Portugal's minus 70. Oh, right. There's so many nations that have leverage in there. Greece, we've got a decent bit of leverage, and it seems to be growing, actually. How far is it going to go? Might have an advantage of 63, but that's not going to be sufficient. Popularity contest. We'll just keep on supporting the Labour Party for now. Well, there we go. Construction is nearly at 1,000 a week, and it's still complaining about lack of construction. We also need a bit more radios. Get a couple more electric industries in Austria Bosnia. Oh, there we go. The Finnish party is losing a lot of popularity. Looks like the colonial competition down here, so the Finnish Congo might not be growing too much more. It has at least grown a little bit. I could have technically been just held on to the areas over here until we met with the British, because we would have had a faster colonial growth than Finnish Congo does, but it's fine. I'm not overly concerned by that. On nearly 22 million population, that our living is still, it's stayed fairly stable at 23.9 or 24, somewhere around there. Literacy is at least increasing. Ooh, Amara mass immigration to our capital from Chile. Oh, okay. Bit of a surprise there. Oh, Petit Porter is slowly starting to be happy, so increases the amount of bureaucracy that we produce. And that's actually going to be kind of handy, because it is another 1% or so on the construction efficiency. Which might not sound like a lot, but when you got 1,000 construction, getting an extra 10 or extra % on the efficiency does make it a lot. Oh, Carly's the new president. Okay, so Labour Party won. And we've got a very good legitimacy right now. We don't actually need to reform the government at all. We'll just hold on to this. We'll try to get the wage subsidies, but I don't know if we want to. I mean, we kind of probably do, but at the same time... Yeah, it's just, Industrial would oppose that, so I'm not going to try to pass that. Yeah, so we're kind of, we've got the laws that we wanted, so we don't need to worry about the load changes at all. A little telephones and radios, which doesn't surprise me. And I guess more construction. Didn't we have, no, we just built the ones that would... Oh yeah, analytical philosophy. Righto, let's go for the universities. Switch all of these to the analytical philosophy departments. That's going to give us a bit more innovation. Like an extra third on top of what we had already from the base level. So we are... Oh, we're at the maximum now. Well, there we are. We'll be getting in more than that. Until we can increase the literature rate, which is probably improving slightly. Oh, actually, I wonder. No, that's just so different. Okay, so that doesn't increase the education access at least. It's the military, so that's still going to take a little while. There's the stormtroopers, of course. I guess we'll go for the mechanized farming afterwards, because I'm pretty sure that that's going to be spreading next anyway. So we'll get the artificial cell, then the mechanized farming, and then yeah, we should be probably pretty decent. We still haven't quite hit the 200 million that I was hoping for. Well, of course, not in this episode necessarily, but like, if we could have hit that before 1930, that'd be quite nice. But no, we'll still probably hit that 200 million sooner or later. especially with the automotive industries that we're currently building, it's going to be growing rather rapidly. Also go ahead and get some more steel mills in our capital. Because we do use a whole lot of steel in here, there's no denying that. Right, let's have a look at the leverages. So, Italians, we don't have a whole lot of leverage. We can maybe try to improve relations with them, though. We've got decent relations. Oh, actually, we can't improve relations. Could maybe fund lobbies in there? It's a lot of money, though. But we can afford it. We might actually stop funding the lobbies in... Actually, are we still funding lobbies in Mauritania? We are, but it's actually not that bad. It takes a little bit of influence, but honestly, it then impacts the population's buying power in here. Increases the, well, slightly at least. Increases the standard of living. It's 14.5 already. So Mauritania is going to be a bit more stable nation. And there'll be also, well, there's a bit of iron mines being built there. So they can provide us more iron to our market, for example. Oh, behaviorism is spreading. Alright then. And the railways in Oulu are mostly done. Well, some of them have been done. There's going to be more being built, but it's, yeah, there we go. That's now 6 levels. So the transportation cost has gone down drastically. And also, I suppose the infrastructure is probably now fixed. Yeah, it is. It's not a whole lot of extra in there right now, but it's still better than nothing. I guess we do need more steel mills in here as well, don't we? We'll get another one in there. It might not be very profitable immediately, but after all the automotive industries have been built, the demand for steel is going to go up so much that I think it will still be worthwhile. Oh, we're getting some oil rigs in Antigua built. That's in Venezuela, or New Granada, I think. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's going to be the last one. Oh, Burmese mass immigration to West Karelia. Alright then. More and more. I mean, how's the population in West Karelia? It's already 3.7 million. And then our capital is about 9.5. Corp is about 4 million. We've got nearly 3 million in Ostrobothnia. Oulu's still about 2/3 of a million. East Karelia is about 650,000 and nearly 250,000 in Kola Peninsula. So the population over here has been increasing. There's also... Oh, we can build so many iron mines in here. Oh. If we can get more population in here, the iron mines could actually be very much worthwhile. I wonder if we could actually, at some point, get the mass immigration down here in Oulu. No, it's not eligible for mass immigration. Ah, we don't have enough arable land in here, total. It's only got a total of, like, 8. So that's the limitation. Which means that most of our... So it's just these 3 states that can be the targets anyway. Otherwise, we probably would have had more immigration waves. But I suppose that's good to know. Things being, I guess Ingria would be another one. We don't own it, so we can't get... I mean, there could be immigration waves in there, but it's unlikely. I don't think Russia's doing that well. So did we get the construction sectors again, or did we just queue them up and not focus them down yet? No, I think we have built them. We are not over 1,000 though yet. Ooh, modern battle fleet tactics, excellent. Let's go ahead and switch that on the naval bases. There we go. That's sorted out. We are nearly 180 million now GDP. We are still about 7.5 years away from the end of the game. We're trying to get there on a steady pace, but it's the late game is a bit sluggish. Ooh, stormtroopers are spreading well. I'm not surprised by that, admittedly. That being said, though, isn't that a mobilization thing? No, hold on a minute. Well, that is, it gives us the kill rate and the offense on the troops, but yeah, okay. Alright, I guess that's fair. Ooh, and we're just a few months away from the artificial silk production. That's going to be very handy. Then we'll get the farm stuff. We could potentially get the... There's so many things in here that we could get, actually. In the production society also has quite a few options still. Behaviorism, that's going to reduce... Oh, actually increase influence massively. More maneuvers per diplomatic play, and production cost goes down. Oh. Bit of fight over here. I guess we never completed the colonization in here, did we? Oh, wait, no, that's in Gabon. Right, that's why we never got in there. Huh. Never mind. I'm going to declare neutrality on that. I don't think I'm going to be needed in that particular warfare. And same with Langfang. Don't think you need me there. Well, there we go. 181 million GDP. And still growing. Especially with the automotive industries that we're currently building. We're building so many. That should be potentially getting us close to 190 million. We are number 10 again in GDP at least. If we have a look at the list. Yeah, Spain's going to be at 200 million, so it's going to take a while. The distance between us and India is not huge, though. Of course, we've got only a third of the population that they do. Of course, but they haven't combined all of the continent yet. They only control, like, parts of it. So there is that. I guess we'll need to get some more construction in here. Actually, we'll start with... We'll be able to get another 10 in there. It's going to be bloody expensive once those are built. Get 2 of them already underway, so we'll get over 1,000 at least. Because the investment pool is still increasing drastically, so we can afford increasing the construction cost quite a bit. And of course, once we build more factories and things, we've got 32 million gold reserves, so it's not like we are running out of money anytime soon here. I wonder, so Carter, how's the... we are improving relations. I don't suppose we have a lot of influence or leverage. Not really, but actually, I wonder... No, you're not willing to take the embassy. Potentially guarantee you or something like that, I suppose. Right, some military assistance maybe. But what do you actually have in there in your state? Ooh, you got a bit of opium. Ah. I didn't realise they could have opium in here, but that's fair enough, I suppose. So there's a lot of plantations, some factories. Wouldn't be too bad necessarily. You know what, yeah, we'll do a bit of a treaty in here. I'll guarantee you give military assistance, and you don't want to take the embassy. How much do I need to give you money to accept that? A decent bit. So we'd probably have to get to... Oh. Okay, we'll cancel that one. Obligation? No, that was still a one. Oh, I suppose, technically speaking, yeah. If we give the obligation, and then... maybe transfer some goods. What do you need? Got plenty of glass. You need 25, so if we were to provide you 25 a week... So that would already get us to minus 30. And then if we were to, after that, transfer the money. I guess somewhere over here is the sweet spot. Like 7,500 probably. There we go. So that is going to get us to accepted. So let's go. So actually, do they... I suppose no, there's only livestock ranchers over here in Mauritania. Which is not exactly ideal. And they are probably quite dependent on us. Ooh, we've got full cohesion. Well, well, well. Oh, there we go. That declaration went through. It's going to cost us a little bit, but I'm not too concerned. Oh, we got some leverage over Greece. Now, it's unlikely that we'll be able to invite them in. But, do we have embassy in there, I wonder? No. Could we get embassy in there, maybe? Possibly. If we get obligation... And how much is the debt, actually? 6 million? Yeah, that's easy. So that will already be a decent amount, and I guess trade privileges? Actually, we don't necessarily need the obligation here. We give the trade privileges, take on the debt, and then maybe we'll, just for good measure, we'll give you some goods that you might need. I guess fertilizer? I'll give you 20. That's 90% chance. I like the odds. We can get the embassy in there. We might get Greece into our faction as well. Ah, Declaration Tripoli into force. Oh, Egypt still owns Crete as well. I forgot about that. Ah, looks like the Lower Congo has been kind of closed off now. At least the Portuguese can't get too much. There's a little bit more over here that can be colonized, but not a whole lot. And we're about to get the artificial silk. Oh, okay, yeah, it's about a week now when it should be complete. We've got expansion radius. We also need some more power in Holland. Well, we've got the power plant in there. There's not to start subsidizing that, I guess. Hey, there we go. There's the artificial silk. Now, how many synthetic industries do we actually have? 35. Going to reduce the amount of dyes we produce a lot, but it's also going to produce 500 silk. Yeah, I think that's also going to reduce the laborers, take some more machines in exchange though, but I think that's going to be worthwhile. I should also make the textile mills a lot more profitable, which should also mean that we can... I don't suppose we are in... No, we're not a significant producer of clothing or luxury clothing for that matter. Ooh, and there we go, there's the mechanized farming, as expected. Got nearly 190 million GDP now. I do actually wonder. I guess we got some, yeah, we got some textile mills over here. We're gonna maybe start using the craft and sewing over here. So we won't be using the rubber. We'll be using some of the silk. That's gonna increase the amount of luxury clothing, and hopefully gonna be a bit more profitable. Because at this point, the regular clothing is not necessarily that much needed, actually. I mean, there's still some demand for it, of course, no doubt. Let's actually have a look. The clothing. So simple clothing, there's a standard clothing up to 39. Ah, okay, so they do still need it. And it's just pop consumption. There's a slight lack of textiles, or the clothing right now. Well, since we've switched a lot more to the luxury clothing, that's probably part of it. Ooh, or attending with throw from the declaration. Okay. I don't remember what that declaration was, actually. They are still part of the market, though. We're still funding the lobbies. I'm pretty sure that they're still part of the, yeah, they're still part of the neutral league. I suppose some other things in there might not be in their interests. Are we actually... Ooh. We might become the... or we might have enough leverage to invite Greece later on. Not guaranteed, but... yeah, it's actually probably going to take a while, actually, before we get to that point anyway. And there we go. We're getting a whole lot of automotive industries. Which I suspect that... No, we're not even nearly the... Yeah, no. We produce about a third of what Britain produces of cars, but we are at least above USA by quite a nice margin. About 1,000 automobiles per week. Well, market, there's still quite a bit of demand for the cars, though, so I guess this is one of those things that if we just increase the production, and actually there is a whole lot being built right now. The railways, Britain is improving relations, okay. I'm not opposed to that necessarily. So we do have the automotive industry here producing the airplanes and tanks. I think the airplanes might actually be in high demand right now. So do we have... Let's actually get automotive industry in Oulu. And we'll start producing airplanes in there. We won't produce the tanks necessarily in here. Just the airplanes and cars. To kind of balance out things a little bit. But we are nearly at 200 million now. And the population is still increasing. It's not growing as quickly anymore as it used to be. But it's still growing. And we're now getting to the point where... Let's actually go out and view up a few more of the construction sectors. So what we can hopefully do... I mean, we'll get more trade centers now in our capital, which is... Oh, there's over 200 already in there. And we're using most of the trade capacity in there. I suppose there's a whole lot of demand for things, and always selling a whole lot of things as well, so... There is that, and I suppose things like the engines and cars and planes and things like that. There's... Oh, Bedouins moving to Corpia. Okay. There's a whole lot of demand for things, and there's not necessarily very many suppliers. So we're making a bank with that, and we have hit 200 million now. Excellent. But I do see that we are actually out of time with this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and next time, bye-bye.